The salty tang of the sea air always used to fill me with a sense of peace, a nostalgic embrace of childhood summers. But lately, as I stood on the weathered porch of the Salty Siren, my father's beloved beach house, all I felt was a bitter resentment, a gnawing impatience. The peace was gone, replaced by the relentless drumbeat of dollar signs in my head. My father, Robert, was upstairs, frail and fading, his once sharp mind now a labyrinth of half-formed thoughts and distant memories. He was 82, and his health had taken a precipitous dive in the last year, leaving him largely confined to his bed, lucid only in fleeting moments. And in those moments, his eyes would often drift to the window, towards the endless expanse of the Atlantic, a silent testament to a lifetime of memories woven into the very fabric of this old house. For me, Amelia, the house was no longer a repository of cherished memories. It was an asset, a prime piece of beachfront real estate languishing under the care of an old man who refused to see its true, modern value. 3 acres of coveted coastline, a sprawling, albeit dated, 5-bedroom house, just begging for a developer's touch. I saw luxury condos, shimmering glass towers, a legacy of wealth that could finally be mine. My father, however, saw only the house his grandfather built, the place where generations of our family had laughed, cried, and grown. He saw the gnarled oak in the front yard, a sentinel against storms, and the worn wooden planks that had felt the tread of countless bare feet. He saw history. I saw potential. My relationship with Robert had always been complicated. He was a brilliant environmental lawyer, a man of fierce principles and quiet determination. He dedicated his life to protecting natural spaces, to fighting against unchecked development. I, on the other hand, was an aspiring entrepreneur, constantly seeking the next big opportunity, the quickest path to financial independence. Our values clashed like waves against the shore. He saw my ambition as greed, I saw his idealism as stubborn impracticality. After my mother passed away 10 years ago, the chasm between us widened. He retreated further into his world of books and nature, and I dove headfirst into the relentless pursuit of wealth, convinced that money was the only true freedom. Amelia, he'd said one day, his voice raspy, his gaze fixed on the waves. This house, it's more than just bricks and mortar. It's a promise. A trust. I'd nodded, feigning understanding, while secretly calculating the market value of the property. A promise to whom? A trust for what? To me, it was just another one of his cryptic pronouncements, designed to make me feel small and superficial. He'd tried to talk to me about his will, about the house, several times over the years, but I'd always found an excuse to change the subject. It was all so morbid, so boring. I just wanted the outcome, not the tedious details of his legal machinations. I was his only child, after all. It would all come to me eventually. Or so I thought. But eventually was too slow. My latest business venture, a high-end organic pet food line, was teetering on the brink. It needed a significant capital injection, and my own savings were depleted. The bank wasn't lending. Friends were tapped out. The Salty Siren, gleaming in the late afternoon sun, suddenly seemed less like a family heirloom and more like a massive, untapped ATM. It was time. Robert was barely aware of his surroundings most days. It was a mercy, really. He wouldn't have to witness its transformation, its inevitable sale. I began discreetly. First, calls to real estate agents specializing in luxury coastal properties. They practically salivated at the prospect. 3 acres, Amelia? On this stretch of beach? You're sitting on a goldmine. The words were music to my ears, drowning out any lingering whispers of guilt. I had a few agents visit the property, careful to schedule around Robert's more lucid hours, explaining away their presence as maintenance checks or insurance assessments. One agent, a slick, impeccably dressed man named Marcus Thorne, seemed particularly keen. He spoke my language: market trends, ROI, bidding wars. He estimated the property could fetch upwards of $10 million, possibly even 15 if marketed correctly to high-end developers. 15 million. The number shimmered